It's 1:30 a.m. It's June 17th, and I thought about this probably about an hour and a half ago, while co-host was getting ready to go to bed, and my daughter was watching Ninjago, and I was at the time cooking some eggs, ham and turkey, cut up into it. Well, deli ham and turkey cut up into it. I mean, just randomly hit, just randomly hit me in the head. I mean, I was thinking about wrestling and watching CAWF's channel and whatnot, and then it just arbitrarily, just randomly jumped in my head, pro-lifers. And I was like, I'm just like, what the fuck about pro-lifers? I don't care about that subject, really. Not really. And it was just like that thing in the back of my head trying to convince me of something, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Go ahead, let me hear you out. What? Let's dump into this a little bit. Let me just pause what I'm doing. Give it 10 seconds to marinate and then flush it out. Best that I can anyway. And the arguments were a little compelling, and I started listening, went back to cooking, and I'm like, okay, well, I got this in my head. Do I really give a damn to even do a recording? And I just tried to push that away. I figured I could do something a little more important maybe. But no, that's not what happened. So I watched the whole hour or so of the wrestling, and I watched a Chris Jericho interview, and I'm like, all right, let's just get this over with. So here I am. So I thought I'd just take you to the thought processes of what leads up to some of these recordings. It's crazy in there, y'all. Okay, so I was thinking pro-lifers, and the argument was this. How do you feel, pro-lifers? You have one issue. And that is, upon conception, upon the fucky, cummy, as soon as sperm and egg cell meet and the sperm cell penetrates the egg shell and gets inside and starts the multiplication of all these trillions and trillions and growing cells and all this other stuff, that to you is, when life is right there. That's it. And some of you extremists out there, you crazy fanatic simpletons, basically, and I'm insulting you because y'all are sick in the head. As soon as you start having sex, that is conception. So that shows you how crazy that is, And there's probably a few nut jobs out there that's like, hey, he's going to have sex, she's going to have sex, and there's no condom. No clothes have come off, but that's conception. So, if I haven't chased any of them off, or any of you off that are my casual listeners, I had a question, and that's what was in my head. How does it feel being a single issue voter, knowing that your vote, the reason why you're voting for these Republicans and the extremely scarce Democrats that are pro-life in rhetoric only, how does it feel knowing that your vote for them is causing such destruction and mayhem throughout the country? I'd like to know how that feels. How does it feel knowing that your single solitary issue, which has no bearing on anything other than chaos and death, how does that make you feel? How? And you might be asking, what the fuck? Oh my goodness, how does my vote do anything of the sort? Okay, you know what? I can tell you. Because you have a single solitary issue. Pro-life. You must have the child. It doesn't matter if the child was unwanted from the get-go. It doesn't matter if the condom broke, if the birth control failed. It doesn't matter if anything. It doesn't matter if, and this is serious, a woman on birth control with her tubes tied, having sex with a guy with a condom, and somehow, though the condom is not broken, she gets pregnant. I mean, really? Come on. And see, those are the Those are the man-made things to stop pregnancy. Pregnancy, the chance of pregnancy is always slim. Pregnancy, no matter how purposeful you try to make it, is still an accident. But no matter what the cause, you want them to have the baby. Even if the baby being born will kill the mother, you want that child born. Even if the child's going to be born, would be born into a system of hatred and strife and pain and misery and forlorning and lamenting, you still want that child born. Even it doesn't matter. That's sick. You literally, when you really think about it, and you don't have to, it's on the surface, you are factually promoting the misery of another human being. You are literally saying, I want you born and miserable. I mean, and the pro-lifers are God-fearing people. And that's strange. That's strange, because in order for a life to be born, a life is going to have to be taken in most of the cases. I mean, the mother might have zero maternal instincts. She might know that she hates children, like factually hate children to her core, and would probably kill one. There are mothers that have children, they try to make it work. 5 and 9 years later, they just drive off into a ravine. They'll drive and try to drown them. They'll drive into a pole, set the car on fire. There's so many things. They try and they can't. They didn't want the kids in the first place. They can't get rid of them. They would like to, but they can't. I mean, an abortion in the first month, it's not even a functioning thing. Second month, not even a functioning thing. Third month, not. Fourth month, questionable. All right? Fourth month, questionable. That's why they say in the beginning of the third month is pretty much the end of the first trimester. And right now is pretty much, it can be viable. Here and there it's so iffy. It's so iffy. But you want this child born. You want the child born, even if it's going to have birth defects that's going to kill it later on. Or immediate. You don't give a damn just so long as the kid is born. And it's not even your kid. You are trying to dictate somebody else's life. You're trying to dictate someone else. You're just wanting someone else to be miserable for your own personal benefit. And you get nothing out of it other than, they did right. They did what I want them to do. And that's it. That is some serious, shallow mental instability. That is really messed up. That is intellectually erroneous. I mean, when they talk about deplorables, you're in the pack. You're in it. Okay? You are in it. If my woman is pregnant and the doctor says this child is 6 months along, and this child, if is born, she's not going to make it. The child definitely won't make it, and your woman will not make it. My first thought is cut that fucking thing out and be done with it. I have been around my woman for almost 24 years. That child ain't around shit. I don't know that kid. That kid ain't got shit to do with me when it comes to this. I've known my woman too long to lose her to have a child born that's going to die. That's some stupid shit. I'm going to lose 2 beings because you dumb motherfuckers want some personal shit for your religion or whatever. That's mental. That's just as mental as that stupid fucked up neighbor that in the apartment that wanted me to whoop and beat my kid because she was unhappy that my kid was walking around. I mean, what the fuck? That is some serious shit. And your single issue, you vote for these people that says, I'm a pro-lifer. I am pro-life. Life begins at conception. You vote for them. And you know what? These are the same people that will send children to war to die. They're the same people that vote to incarcerate and brutalize young kids for victimless crimes. These are the same people that have no problem voting for legislations and laws that allow companies to move jobs overseas and have you blame everyone else but yourself and that company. These are the same people The same people that got abortions lined up in their closet. They've got more abortions than any other skeleton they have. These people have gotten many women pregnant and paid for abortions. Or they'll make sure they keep the child under lock and key so no one finds out in the public. How does it feel knowing that your vote, your single solitary sick ass vote, is destroying lives here in the United States, north and maybe south of the border, depending upon what legislations there are and tariffs and whatnot, and especially lives overseas, as you vote for absolute hypocrites on the issue that you claim to be for? And you know what's messed up? A lot of you pro-lifers have gotten abortions as it is. And that's what's real messed up. And you go to plan, and you also have not only torched but shot up and bombed Planned Parenthoods and helped fight for legislation to ban Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, which was to help females and males originally to either conceive a child, think about that, to help conceive a child, or to take preventative measures so that a child would not even be in the conversation. They hand out condoms. They hand out birth control, well, in one way or the other. And they also teach about pregnancy, how to avoid it, everything possible. That's what it used to be. And it's not because of you. See, those are the things that was rattling around that I was trying to suppress, but it was like, nope, you got to hear me out. Give me a little bit. Back of my head was screaming at me. I gave it a little bit. It kept going. And here it is, coming out at you. The way it was in my head, I didn't filter anything. I filtered nothing. And I couldn't help but to agree with it. I'm like, shit, they are some sick fucks. To them, well, this guy's pro-life, so it makes sense to me that I'm going to vote for him because I'm pro-life too. And since we're both pro-life, he's going to make sure that don't nobody get no abortion, that they have that child and not get rid of it. And yet, at the same time, what have you done? You've created wards and burdens of the system. You've helped force into this country ways for others to hurt. Because, see, this child grows up unloved, without anyone. It might grow up loved, but without its parents, and realize it doesn't have its parents, and where the parents could have been. Could have had his parents, but oh no, you had a child born to parents that wasn't exactly financially fit to take care of one. The state takes the child away, gives it to the parents that'll really fuck it up instead of the ones that would have loved it with no money. This child grows up angry. This child grows up vengeful, beats the shit out of his or her mate choices at the time. You know, might want to run somebody over saying, I don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit about me. Because that right there is bad enough that people don't give a damn about anybody. But then when they have a reason to not give a damn about nobody, that's when it's hard to argue against them. Because they grew up in a system you forced them to be in. And now they're out there saying, well, no one gave a shit about me. Fuck these people. It ain't like the affluent people or affluent people, however you want to pronounce it. It's not like them. They grow up and I got money. I don't give a damn about these people. They ain't got money. If they want money, they'll work for it. You know, I know my money was given to me, but I worked hard to get it. Yeah, you know, pro-lifers, I don't fucking like you. I don't. Pro-lifers get on my fucking nerves because you sit there and do this shit. You preach your Bible, you preach your shit, and you try to force a child onto everyone that don't want one instead of you sitting there and just not having a child yourself and being happy with your own damn life. And because now they're forced to have a child because of you, they have to go up miserable. That postpartum depression and stuff like that. You think men don't get that shit? Oh, I was there. I was there for a short bit. I think mine lasted, about 2 weeks. Man, shit. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. And the only thing I fought it with was simply this. I love my woman. My woman loves this kid, this kid that she's trying to wrap her mind around. We're trying to settle in and get a ball rolling in a certain way of life. And I am stuck with, I don't knows, and I'm scared, and I'm frightened of these things that I don't know about. How do I do? What do I do? You know what? This ain't got nothing to do with me. And that started jumping into my head. And I fought with simply knowing I love my woman. I love my Sidra. I love her like crazy. It just makes no sense. And I'm going to do what it takes to keep her until the fight is over and I just can't keep her. Everybody's got a limit. But a child can't reach that limit for me. It can't. And I have my reason. I have other reasons. Deep-seated personal reasons for staying other than just because it's Sidra. But you all, you pro-lifers, you must not have anybody. You must not have nothing. You must be so miserable. You want people to just rot. You must want them to rot. And it bugs me. It bugs me. I wish you some bitches could not vote. I wish you was locked up for just trying to promote this shit. Even a woman that is pro-life in Texas a few years ago. She's pro-life. She's a pro-lifer. She's going to have a child. She's going to have it. Now, the chance of the child being a stillborn was high, but she didn't mind. She was going to do it. And this was in Tejas. Yeah, just to piss y'all off anymore, even further, we'll pronounce it the way it was originally. Tejas, not Texas. It's funny, huh? So, she has the kid. The kid, stillborn. It didn't make it. That sucks. It sucks. And it's y'all fault. You made her be a pro-lifer. I mean, well, you didn't make her. She made the choice. You can badger her all you want, but it's up to her to how she's going to run her life. And she ran her life the way you all wanted her to run it. So she had to carry this child for 9 months. She had to nurse this child in her for 9 months and basically get to know this child and have a deep bond with it. It doesn't matter if she felt emotionally separated from it or not. It doesn't matter if she would go through postpartum depression. It doesn't matter if she didn't have any maternal instincts. There's still a bond that was there. Still a bond. And the baby's gone. And because of you and your fucked up laws and the shit that you vote for, she has to go to prison because it was born dead. She's charged with murder. Yeah, she's charged with murder. So fuck you. Fuck you pro-lifers. And you know what? Fuck her. I don't give a shit about her. But I don't understand. No, she has to go. You know, she wanted all that y'all wanted, and hey, it came and hurt her. Just like the Trump supporters that want the wall down there in Tejas. Build the wall. Keep out the Mexicans. Okay. Oh, guess what? You too, because the wall has to be built somewhere where it makes sense. Sorry, y'all are not on this side of the United States. Wait a minute, the wall sucks. Too late. We're building it. Let's go. Put it up. Don't give a shit. They can be like, wait a minute, it's not fair. The wall is a terrible thing. Oh, no, it's bad now. You're fair where the fuck is gone. There you go. All that shit you were talking about. Finito. Put the wall up. Let's do this. That's how I feel. Give motherfuckers what they want so they can see how bad it is. You know, and you know what? I don't know. I guess I've gone on long enough. I think I've made my point. You know, when you do things and you do it for the wrong reasons, you can't complain when it comes and bites you in the ass. You just can't. If you want to live the life of if you get pregnant, you have the kid at no matter what the cost, at every state, you're going to have that kid. That's you. You do not force that on the others. That is not right. That is not fair. That is not sane. It's not. Your ways are a detriment, not just to you, but to everyone around you and those you will never meet or see. And that is why you all are a blight on this country, a blight on this planet, a blight to the human existence. And you people aren't the only ones that I feel this way about. You're not. There are plenty of others, but this was stuck in my head, and this is the one I went with. So, as I said before, but I'm going to say it now, fuck you. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.